Calamity Mine at Wallaby, Belgium is a well-themed Vekoma mine train. This attraction gives me Big Thunder Mountain vibes between its multiple lift hills and appearance, but does it rise nicely as the Disney classic? Find out in this review of Calamity Mine. This ride opened back in 1992 as Colorado. It was only the second mine train Vekoma ever built after Disneyland Paris' Big Thunder Mountain. Colorado would later be cloned 6 times. 3 of those clones can be found at China's Happy Valley parks, and 2 can be found at Vietnam's Vin Wonders parks. When Premier Parks purchased Wallaby in 1998, they renamed Colorado as Calamity Mine, which the coaster has gone by ever since, and I like this name more. The ride is located in the western section of the park, and it's probably Wallaby's best themed coaster. The ride looks fantastic. The ride's lift hills are in covered sheds that head into a rocky mountain. Then the rest of the layout is a twisted mess of track, and it's impossible to tell where it goes next as it pierces through the mountain and wraps its way around themed structures. Then this ride has nice use of water. Parts of the ride are situated above a pond. Then other parts travel under a waterfall and past geysers. The park is so proud of this ride's appearance that they erected a designated observation deck for it. The queue has some theming too between nice rockwork and a crashed train. Then it also offers some of the best views of the park's newest coaster, Conda. The station is pretty plain though, as it's just a wooden shed, which is a bit disappointing after seeing all the other theming around the attraction. Calamity Mine usually is one of the shortest waits of the park's coasters. It was no more than a 1 train wait during my visit. Part of that is the ride's capacity. The ride can run up to 3 trains at once, but it was running 2 the day I visited. Each train is comprised of 5 cars. The back 4 cars seat 6 riders each in 3 rows of 2. The front car seats just 2 guests because the lead locomotive takes up the rest of it. But that's fine because the train looks pretty cool and even has a bell that rings during the ride. This means each train can seat up to 26 riders. Then each row has just a shared lap bar between riders, so this restraint is very simple for the employees to check. So stacking did not happen once. I didn't think the row mattered too much in this one, but it is worth noting the person sitting on the right will get wet at one point in this ride. Calamity Mine begins with a slow turn out of the station and a 39-foot or 12-meter tall lift hill. The ride's first half is very mild. You have a super slow helix through the rock structure. You then have a turn that wraps around the water tower. Calamity Mine then turns tightly against the mountain and sharply drops down to the water. If you're in back, you'll get some decent laterals and whip here. Then, to simulate a splashdown, a geyser fires to the right of the train, and it just keeps on going off until the entire train passes by, so the person on the right will get sprayed. This is followed by another okay turn, and then a bunny hill over a bridge, and this element actually gives a pinch of floater airtime. You then head through the mountain and hit the brakes, ending the first half. You then head up a second lift hill. It's located right next to the first one, but this one is a smidge taller at 45 feet or 14 meters. And there's this wobble effect towards the top as the train goes side to side, similar to what you see in the final lifts in Big Thunder Mountain. While the first half has the better theming, I think the second half is a bit more thrilling. After you leave the mountain, you navigate a helix. It has okay force, and I like how it heads through a small shed at one point and finishes in the rock mountain. When you emerge, you head through some turns that have shockingly tight clearances with trees, rocks, and buildings. This leads to a final helix. This one has a bit of force to it as well, and it ends by hopping into a shed. You then hit the final brakes and head back to the station, ending the 2,576 foot or 785 meter long coaster. Before I give the final score, I want to talk about this ride's smoothness and pacing. This is an older Vekoma, and it's not glass smooth. The trains have a bit of a shimmy throughout the layout, but it doesn't cause any discomfort because of the restraint, so it's not really a big issue for me. As for pacing, this ride isn't the strongest. A lot of mine trains struggle in this department, especially those with multiple lift hills, but Calamity Mine really struggles to build up and maintain its speed, which really limits the thrills. So what would I rate Calamity Mine? I would give this mine train a 6 out of 10. This is a solid ride. Vekoma did a great job designing a layout that wound around and through a variety of theme structures. These visuals 100% make the ride for me. There are no shortage of things to look at, and they obscure what comes next. The layout itself is pretty tame though, even by Mine Train standards, as you only have a few decent helixes and dips. But this does make it a good family coaster because it's pretty approachable with its mild height and speed, and everyone can appreciate that theming. So those are my thoughts on Calamity Mine at Walibi, Belgium. What are your thoughts on this Vekoma Mine Train? Do you like the theming as much as me? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this review, I'd appreciate it if you gave this video a like, and you considered subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster and amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.